نحن يا عمي بدنا نسافر، بدناش نحن نضلنا في غزة. افتحوا لنا المعبر، معبر مصر، معبر الأردن، معبر أي معبر بدكم إياه، افتحوا لنا إياه. يا عمي أنا استسلمت، أنا بدي أسافر. نحن خلص زهقنا، بطلنا نعرف ولا نعمل أي شيء. يا عمي أنا بدي أسافر. أنا يا عمي هاي وين بدكم؟ هاي راية بيضة. أنا خلص زهقت.
This woman inside of the Gaza Strip has said that she wants to leave and that they have had enough. There are more people inside of Gaza who are now coming out publicly saying this. Before we get into the video, I'm the other Barak coming to you live and direct here from the Holy Land in Israel. 80% of you are not subscribed to this channel. Let's change that. Why? We put out 3 to 4 videos every single day on this channel. Take a couple seconds, press that subscribe button right below and that bell icon so that you get notified every single time that we put out a video. We also have a free newsletter directly to your inbox every single week, sharing things that I do not share here on YouTube or on social media so you get more access to me. Let's get into the video.
الحل الوحيد افتحوا لنا المعبر. خلص قبل سنة ونص قلت لكم نحن صامدين وخلص نحن صامدين صحيح، بس خلص الطاقة خلص راحت. نحن يا عمي بدنا نسافر، بدناش نحن نضلنا في غزة. افتحوا لنا المعبر، معبر مصر، معبر الأردن، معبر أي معبر بدكم إياه، افتحوا لنا إياه. يا عمي أنا استسلمت، أنا بدي أسافر. نحن خلص زهقنا، بطلنا نعرف ولا نعمل أي شيء. يا عمي أنا بدي أسافر. أنا يا عمي هاي وين بدكم؟ هاي راية بيضة. أنا خلص زهقت. تعون غزة بيرحموش، كمان بيرحموش، بيأجروا لنا الأراضي تأجير، البيوت بالألوفات الدولارات، والخيم صارت كانت ب 200 شيكل وكانوا يعطونا إياها ببلاش، هلا ب $1000 الخيمة. كيف هذا بدنا نروح؟ خلص مكفي عاد. أي واحد بده يحكي لي بالتعليق إنك أنت رح تبيع.
You know, I don't blame her, okay? And for any of the people who are defending Israel, supporting Israel, I'm just going to raise my screen here a little bit. If anybody here is going to come on and make fun of her and be like, poor Gazan, this, that. No, like, I don't blame her. None of us, none of you, we're not in the same situation. We don't understand what's going on. But I will always come back to the same thing. 2 things. Number 1, there are individuals inside of the Gaza Strip who were complicit and took part with Hamas on October 7th that were also housing and keeping hostages in their living room, in their basement, that are no longer with us, and are currently still holding hostages that are still not returned back home, and some of them are not alive anymore. These individuals wear and wore plain clothes, button-downs on the 7th of October, brought them back home, and we saw an incredible parade, a welcoming parade. I was the streets in Gaza, the 7th of October, the footage when you saw these people shouting, screaming, like the highest they've ever been possibly, because they brought Israelis and Jews back into the Gaza Strip. It was sickening to the core to witness this. It's made the war very hard to wage on Israel's part, knowing that the civilian population has taken part in lots of the activity. That doesn't mean that they're all complicit. It doesn't mean they're all involved. But it does mean that it's been way harder for Israel to continue to try and figure out who is and who is not part of this situation with the hostages, with the war, with intel. We know that they were inside of Israel for over 20 years, working on the kibbutzim, taking information and intel that they got inside of Israel with the Israeli families, brought it back to the Gaza Strip, and gave it to the barbarians who did this. And now we still don't have anyone saying where the hostages are, coming forth, telling Hamas to put their weapons down, stop firing. You have a lot of people who are parading the idea of them continuing to support Hamas. And on top of that, you know who should watch this video? You know who needs to watch this video? You know who should take this video into account? Their neighbors, Egypt, should probably consider maybe opening up their border once and for all for her and everyone else, the women and the children and the kids, to be able to have a safe corridor out of the war zone so that we stop seeing Hamas leveraging people like her so that other people in the international community get mad at Israel when really Israel's trying to do what it can to stop people from her getting hurt. But then other neighbors like Egypt will refuse to open up the door. So she ends up not having anywhere to go. And then people only have one group to point their finger at. That group must be the state of Israel. And it's a lose-lose every way that you frame it. It's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose there. It's a lose-lose here, and here. It doesn't matter what Israel does. It doesn't matter what pamphlets they drop. It doesn't matter what phone calls they make. It doesn't matter what text messages they send. It doesn't matter what humanitarian corridors that they open. It doesn't matter how much aid they bring in. It doesn't matter how many they take into Israel to operate on their kids who have diseases to make sure that they don't die. It doesn't matter what they do. No meaning, zero. They can be the best people possible in a war with the enemy, and still it doesn't matter what they do. That's the double standard. That's the hypocrisy held against the state of Israel every single breathing moment of every single day. Every single scenario that you can take, there will be someone who will pick it apart to the point where it doesn't matter. If you think critically about the situation and you look at it through a logical lens, an objective lens, Israel's somehow still at fault. Israel's somehow still at fault just for this woman. Israel's somehow still at fault for all of the destruction. Sure, is the destruction because of Israeli military power? Yes. The question is why. 4 days ago, a terrorist from, by the way, Hamas held responsibility for the terrorist attack in Jerusalem at the bus. 5, I believe, if not 6, were killed, over 20 injured. In the name of Allahu Akbar, in the name of God, in the name of resistance, in the name of Palestinian jihadism, the Houthis continue to fire rockets. And then Israel decides to kill leaders of the same group of people who led the initiative of the 7th of October. And Israel's condemned for hurting Palestinians. They're not Palestinians, they're terrorists who pioneered the worst attack against Israel and Jewish people since the Holocaust. 1,200 people slaughtered on body cam. The most brutal ways to kill human beings, babies, women, and children. The most unthinkable, unfathomable things that your mind could comprehend, could begin to comprehend, could attempt to comprehend. Sickening to your core. Crosses every boundary possible. It's not a war. It's utter barbarism. There's actually no English vocabulary to describe the things that they did, the things that they achieved, and the things that they were hoping to continue to achieve. And yet all of that, Israel's at fault, right? I don't blame her. But we're not asking, why is she in this situation? That's the questions we should be asking. Thank you so much for all your support. See you guys next video. Here are 4 ways you can help us grow if you believe in our mission. On Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, you can directly contribute to helping this message grow and reach more people across the world. If you want to join the inner circle, join our Patreon with different tiers, and of course, our Discord community, which is free with people from all across the world. The links to every single one are in the description. And last but not least, to the other Brock community, I love you. Ani ohev otchem. I'll see you guys next time.